Okay. Hi, Fader. He's out there. Welcome. Yep, we space quested. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's at least one thing that bothers me with the box art for this one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. All right. And the manual. The manual's also got some pretty incredible stuff in it. Not as good as 5's, but almost. Hey, Foamed. Hey, Arwin. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that bothers me about that. I actually noticed that this afternoon. Hey, Alyssa. Because I opened up this to set everything up, and then I was like, wait a second, what? Hold on, what? Hey, Shantok. Hey, Mapbox. I hope you had a good birthday the other day, Shantok. Play lots of Sega Saturn. Good. Yeah, I didn't notice that until today either. And I've been playing this game for like 25 years, and though to be fair, I never had the box for the game. So that I guess that's my excuse. Hey, Fruit. Okay. All right, so let's get into it then. I want to discuss the box art to this game. Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers, PC 1991. Space Quest 3 was 89. So it was 86, 87, 89, and now 91. So a 2-year gap between 3 and 4 here. Still an adventure game, developed and published, as always, by Sierra Online. So, Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco, and the Time Rippers. So, they went with like a, let's say, a comic book kind of style for this one. Not as much as 5, but there is kind of more of a like a 1950s pulp comic kind of style to kind of starting with the remake of Space Quest 1, and then 4 and 5. They all kind of share this same aesthetic, like that. But yeah, here's the thing that really bothers me though. Like, so this is Roger's leg, and here's his torso. So I was actually trying to do the same pose as this in the mirror like 20 minutes ago, and can anybody here from a standing position on one leg right here get their knee over their shoulder? Because that seems like a thing a contortionist can maybe do, but I kind of doubt Roger can do that. Either that or like the perspective is off or something, and like the leg and knee is supposed to be in front of his body. You can't. Oh man, you guys are all so flexible. But yeah, that's that just seems. Come on, artist who did this cover. So a 3-D animated adventure game, TM. They trademarked this for some reason. I don't know. Free hints and free playtime for the Sierra Network, part of the Sierra family. Free in this box, modem required. So the Sierra Network was actually like a really, 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 really early MMO, is essentially what it was. I believe it was the first like graphic MMO ever made. And it's essentially what the metaverse nowadays is kind of all about. It's pretty much what this is. It's just the metaverse, except it takes place in Sierra branded stuff. And in 1991. So real crazy, real ahead of its time. It was quite something. Shut up. MS-DOS, Windows. So this is the first native Windows game in the Space Quest games. Multimedia, and it's on a CD-ROM, not on floppy disks anymore. Yeah, and VGA. The difference between the DOS and the Windows versions for this is really minor, but the better version of the game is the DOS version. And there's an really easy way to tell which version somebody is playing. It's if the mouse cursor that they're using to control the game is in color, or if it is like silver monochrome. If it's in color, they're playing in DOS. If it's silver, they're playing in Windows. So we'll see if I can see what it looks like on the back of the box. And yeah, this is a multimedia PC CD-ROM game. So the way that I actually got Space Quest 4, this was my first Space Quest game, and it was also my first Sierra game, kind of, like this in King's Quest 5. And the way that I got it wasn't by buying the game individually. The way I actually got the game was at the grocery store. They sold on the end caps, where they put all the random crap on the end caps, right? There was a thing called the 10-foot CD-ROM pack or something, where it was this clear plastic package like this that had a bunch of CDs in it. So one was like, here's a shareware disc that has Doom, and then like 90 other games that are not Doom. And then King's Quest 5, Space Quest 4, some like Encyclopedia Britannica, AOL, and then maybe one other thing. And if you put all the CDs end to end, it would be a 10-foot long pack. So that's actually how I got this. And it didn't come with the manual. It didn't come with the box or anything. Maybe it did come with the manual. I'm not sure about that now. Well, maybe not, because this one in King's Quest 5 did not have copy protection, so I guess they wouldn't have a reason to have a manual. Either way, that is my first exposure to this, because it was a very cheap way to get a whole bunch of software all at once. And it was kind of the thing like, oh, we're going with mom to the grocery store, and then just sneakily grab this thing off the end cap and put it in the cart and hope she doesn't notice. And she didn't notice twice. So that's how I got 2 packs. One had this one, and one of them had King's Quest 5. So that was my introduction to these. All right. May the farce be with you. Get ready for a trek through time with everybody's favorite intergalactic sanitation engineer and freelance hero, Roger Wilco. In the latest spaced out space opera, the two guys from Andromeda take on science fiction and just about everything else in a spoofy send-up that'll leave you laughing. She absolutely did not play while I was at school. She is about as anti-video games and anti-computers a person that I know. All right. Two guys from Andromeda, frequently mistaken for Mark Crow and Scott Murphy, are the award-winning designers for three previous games featuring the intrepid broom jockey Roger Wilco. There are many fans who've been constantly clamoring for a fourth Space Quest adventure. They would like you to say, "Here, now shut up already." It's some things never change. It was like this in the early 90s. It's still like this today. Fucking gamers, man. Fucking gamers. All right, Roger Wilco embarks on a topsy-turvy trip through space and time in this fourth chapter in the award-winning Space Quest series. Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers, from a nostalgic look at his past in Space Quest 1 to a terrifying visit to the future of Space Quest 12. Roger's on the run again. And hot on his ion trail are the sequel police, the deadly cross-time assassins who are out to put an end to Roger and all his Space Quest nonsense once and for all. Once again, it's up to Roger Wilco to save the future, or is that the past, of the Space Quest series and keep the universe safe for fair play, bad jokes, and lots more Space Quest games. They didn't make that many. That many more, but they made them. Hey, good luck with baking cooking. New features, hand-painted, futuristic color graphics. The most realistic animation you've ever seen in an adventure game. Yeah, I think they did a good job with this one. We'll see. No typed-in commands. Point and click to perform game actions. So this... I actually prefer typing in commands for adventure games than pointing and clicking, personally. Which is why I think like Space Quest 3 and Quest for Glory 2 are kind of the peak Sierra for me. But then again, they had to go with the times and move toward more multimedia and more mouse-based stuff. So that's why they did that. Scrolling screens, the first ever in a Sierra adventure. So this is a bullet point. The screens can scroll. Another terrific rock and roll soundtrack with even more realistic sound effects. All right. Okay. Warp Speed and Warped Humor says PC Games. I had a subscription to that back in the day. We're talking truly zany here. Hey, Dark Gucci. All right. So, downright funny, well-written, and satisfying, says ST Updates. That would have been an Atari ST magazine. And PC Magazine, the two guys are warped and deranged. All right, well, that could mean anything, but all right, sure. All right, VGA, MCGA, and Macintosh for that screenshot. This one is VGA, so there's no shots of the interface here. VGA, MCGA, Macintosh. Still no interface here either. And that's EGA Tandy. So if you had an old computer... you can usually tell by the skin tones. If the skin tones are like orange for a lot of characters, then that's how you can tell it's EGA. Like Space Quest 3, for example, was EGA. So this is nice high resolution artwork, but it can only display so many colors on screen at once. So we get some really gnarly dithering and banding on the graphics. And if you compare that EGA to something like this, you can see we get like proper gradients here, all sorts of colors. So this is kind of that borderline in generations of graphical technology, where we're getting a lot more pixels to work with, a lot more color depth to work with, and then with CD-ROMs, like this game came out on all sorts of space to put stuff like speech into games. So that is kind of the generational leap there. And then here is the disc that this came on. So I believe this was the boxed version CD that came with it. The one that I got in that 10-pack was not color, but it was like this, except it was just screened on silver, I guess is the way to put it. So roughly the same. And yeah, I'm trying to think back to 91 when this would have came out. CD-ROMs still pretty rare. I think most people still didn't have a CD-ROM by that point. I think I got my first CD drive in 93 or 94. Around there, and it was a ×2. It was a 2x CD drive, and it was an external CD drive too. So any games that came out like this, but you're stuck. You'd have to get the other version. But the alternative to that was they would have also put out a different box that had a different sticker on here. For the version with a different sticker on here that was like floppy version. So that would be the alternative. They just have both versions on the store shelf. But I have a feeling most people were probably buying the floppy version at the time. Yeah, and it was expensive. I remember my dad being like, "Oh God, your mom's gonna kill me for buying this, but we need a CD drive because reasons." Okay, so here is the manual for this one. So there isn't really a manual per se for this one, as far as I'm aware, despite completely changing over to a different system from typing in commands to point and click. There might be like an additional manual for this that has all like the here's how you install it, here's how you video game. But that doesn't really matter as far as we're concerned. This, however, has gameplay pertinent stuff to them. So that's kind of a neat thing that King's Quest and Quest for Glory and Space Quest did, was they would give you these physical manuals that had like lore and world building stuff, but it also, some of it actually applied to gameplay. So you did have to read it if you wanted to have a less bad time. So Space Piston Magazine from Sierra. Now available at Saks. Spacey Spacewear. Timeless women's clothing for the timeless woman. Spacey's model Stacy is wearing classic conservative latex mini with a mylar wraparound top. The earrings and necklace are dilithium in a tasteful titanium setting. The hair is by Saks' own hairdresser, Scotty. All right. Neat. Located in the Galaxy Galleria Mall. Is it comfy? I don't know. It says it's classic and conservative, which, yeah, definitely. in space. Let's see. Executive producer, our boy Ken. There he is. There's our Ken Williams cameo. He was literally in Space Quest 3. Alright, so that's all people worked on this. Alright, exclusive interview with Roger Wilco, Space Hero. In recent years, the name Roger Wilco has become synonymous with honor, bravery, heroism, and dumb luck. Here he tells about himself, past adventures, upcoming ventures, swashbuckling space cadet himself, Roger Wilco. Common knowledge, before you began your exciting career saving galaxies, you were a janitor in a Xenon space lab. That's true. That was in Space Quest 2. Life on the home planet, a Xenon. Haven't been back there since the end of Space Quest 1. Maintenance specialist. Possible odds. You know, there's a lot of lore in this. I don't think I need to read through all of this. The kind of the weird thing, though, is at the end of Space Quest 3, we got sucked into a black hole, into a parallel dimension, or parallel universe or something. So I'm not sure how that matters for lore or storytelling, but I have a feeling they just kind of swept that whole part under the rug, and we're just assuming he's back in his familiar part of space, I guess. I don't know. All right, Space Piston reviews. Space Quest 4, the hint book. Reveal-o-matic. Space Quest 4 hint book. 10 pounds of it, sure. Skate-orama. 2 hours free rental of the Skate-orama in the Galaxy Galleria Mall. The Time Buster 2000. There's good faces. Let's see. So the Time Buster 2000, this thing, is a time travel device, and the important thing here for the gameplay is this thing has the UIVPPP, User Identity Verification Pirate Protection Program. They don't outright say how to use the to get around the security of this thing, but they do include a very handy chart for you to solve the pirate protection program, and it is this right here. So there you go. This is all you need to get around the protection in the time travel thing. So on the left it says Roger Wilco. Up across the top it says Latex Babes, and that's kind of all you need to know, really. The stuff in the middle, I'm sure it means something, probably. So around the sides of that is the walkthrough for the first part of the game, which I do not need. Here's centerfold, 4 arms, 3 boobs, 2 heads. Hot. Okay. To the editor, I must cancel my subscription. Center spread featured extremely scantily clad women whose presence could only be used for sensationalism and sexual exploitation, lounging atop the new model QXV Yonomatic phase shifter with the set of quad beam thrusters mounted on the heat shielding in the background. Several Silkat engineers are gaping either at the QXV or the cheap info. Everyone knows you can't mount quad beams on the shielding without ripping off half the refracting tiles. Until you get your facts straight, count me as an ex-subscriber. This is like maybe 60% of YouTube comments are exactly this. They nailed this in 1991. Let's see. Time Warp 1000. I don't think any of this matters for gameplay. Yeah, I don't think any of that matters. All right, Radio Shock. So, I'm not sure which version of the game I have, but the original version of Space Quest 4 included this. Radio Shock in the manual and in the game, which is very similar to the chain of electronic stores Radio Shack in America. And it was close enough that the lawyers got spooked, and in a later patch of the game, they changed Radio Shock to, I think, Hurts So Good is, I think, what they changed it to. So that'll be how we know which version of the game we have. It doesn't really change anything else gameplay-wise, as far as I'm aware, but it does change that at the very least. All right, the Shockmaster home treatment unit, and then the Universal Hut of pancakes. He hops, she hops, we all hop till you hop. Okay. Giant rat of anthrax. Just say no to becoming your own father. Because time travel or something. Buckazoid Bill's Arcade and Sushi Bar. That's some art, alright. Just then, middle-aged flatulent Kung Fu Tribbles, located in the Galaxy Galleria Mall. So all the hot things in the Galaxy Galleria Mall. Let's see. Time Stream. Software XS. Bargains, bargains, bargains. Sales, deals, specials, and steals. Visit Software XS in the Galaxy Galleria. You won't find a software store anywhere else. So there's another store in the Galaxy Galleria. This is our boy Smokey Crankshaft. He's here to, I don't know. There's Smokey. There's just a bunch of gibberish in most of these things in here. They were really stretching to try and fill space in this manual, I think. All right, Millennium Pod Fitters, calling all time jumpers this month only at Millennium Pod Filters. Incredible values. Customize your hog pod. Plasma drive shoppy. Sure. Like, so I think for this section of the manual, I think a lot of this was either some sort of copy protection that they initially tried to put into the game and then got rid of, or they put all this in as a red herring. Yeah, I know nobody likes unwanted chia growth. Just get that laser hair removal. Get some nair. Whatever you need to do. But yeah, like all these numbers here makes me think that there was supposed to be some use for this stuff, but they just never ended up using it, I guess. I don't know. I can't think of any other reason for this, because there's a bunch of extra pages in this manual that they ostensibly, somebody like Ken Williams would want them to save a little bit of money on printing out all these, like, this manual doesn't need to be 40 pages if it could be like 15. But I don't know. I don't know what their reasoning was. Hey, Tree. It's like this. It says like the heat shield tile is 28. This other one's 32. What kind of fuel am I? With 88, 70, 50, 40, 35. Like, you'd think this would be a puzzle or something, but nah. I guess this could also be a puzzle in the game, but they just scaled it back at some point. Well, entirely possible if they did that. Let's see. Yeah, the mufflers, radar detectors, anti-theft devices, like all this stuff, it has got to be some sort of copy protection thing. And then Corona Ale tonight, last night, or even the night before that. Let it be Corona. For a real treat, try it with a slice of mango. And there we go. That's this 21-page manual, and like most of it is just useless, I guess. I don't know. It's a little weird because a lot of the other manuals at least had some sort of gameplay use for most of it, but for this one, almost none of it is actually needed. Space Quest 5 has a banger of a manual. I will not be skipping any of the Space Quest 5 manual, because like you want a preview. There's the cover of the Space Quest 5 manual. Baby born with only one head, and that head is Ken Williams. Like, this Space Quest 5 is quite something. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyways, let's hop into this one. All right. Yeah, it is quite the manual. Okay, so we're doing the Roland cam again. This is the display on a Roland MT32. This is the text that you see when you quit the game. Because I was testing this out earlier because, oh man, Space Quest 4 and Space Quest 5, not easy to get running. In a lot of cases. What I had to do for this is I had to manually downclock the processor on this computer, because if it was running at full speed, Space Quest 4 would have been unplayable. And I'll explain why when we get into it, but that is something that I had to do for this. So again, like last time, the MT32 will be used for this. When I launch the game, the computer has to literally program in what sounds sound like, which is why it takes an extra 5 or so seconds for the game to actually load, and why there will be some text on here, because it has to tell it, like, okay, this is what a cymbal sounds like, this is what a piano sounds like, this is what like an explosion is supposed to sound like, and then it puts all those on there, and then it calls those as needed. Is kind of how this works. It's called like a rompler or something, is the kind of thing that is. The other nice thing about this is that this has full speech in it. There will not be any subtitles or text on screen. There is literally nothing I can do about that. Sorry. But it is what it is. All right, let's get going. Hey, Zach. So this is the DOS version. There we go. Calling Roger Wilco. This is the DOS version. You can tell because it's got color icons. Yeah, check out this more than 16 colors on screen at once.
We rejoin our friend and semi-hero Roger Wilco as he rockets back toward his home planet Xenon, which he hasn't seen since Space Quest 2. Having successfully rescued those two ingrates from Andromeda, he decides a pit stop on Magmethius is in order. During the descent to this cosmic canteen, he is unaware of the interest that has been generated regarding his fate.
We have confirmation of his position, Master.
Off to Magmethius with you then. It is time for Wilco to meet the fate which I have crafted for him.
As our story begins,
Was
we
that
find
Steve?
the aluminum mallard parked outside a seedy spaceport bar.
Steve. From Lorbo 2.
We join Roger as he relates one of his greatly exaggerated tales of adventure. The aliens are only too happy to listen, as long as Roger is by.
See, there was this deadly root monster, a ferocious swamp creature, and a Labion terror beast to contend with. Then I had to outsmart another of Vohal's gorillas and steal the shuttle so I could
Are you Roger Wilco?
Yeah?
Please come with me.
Hello, Roger Wilco. Surprised to see an old friend? You have no idea how special this moment is for me. This is no chance encounter, I can assure you. I have this one loose end to tie up before I begin my reign as the supreme being of all that exists. I do not like to lose. You are a blemish on what would otherwise be a perfect record of domination, terror, and invincibility. Besides, I'm still a bit miffed about that asteroid deal in Space Quest 2. Anyway, to relieve the pain of my humiliation and to prevent you from being a pain in my future, you must die. It's been nice seeing you one last time. Then, do the dirty deed.
You go left and split them up. Mr. Wilco, follow me and do exactly as I say. Let's move!
So that is actually Steve, I think. Just in the normal pitch.
Hey, I want to know what the...
Listen, I can't explain it all to you now. They've got a beat on our coordinates. We've got to move fast. We gotta do this fast. Shield your eyes!
Alright.
Jump
Oh,
into
if
the
you're
timer.
photosensitive, look
Do it
away.
now.
Photosensitive,
You've got
look
to.
away. It's gonna
If I
flash.
take the time to explain, we're both parking lot pizza. You'll understand soon.
Alright. The screen. Yeah. Okay, we good now, photosensitive people. Yep. So, a lot of colors.
Now where am I? You wonder aloud to non-existent auditory organs. This place sure looks homey. Hey, wait! This looks just like Xenon. It is Xenon!
Yep.
It's really a pile. Along with the changes induced by an armed conflict, the city looks different, more modern, with a heavy dash of post-disaster seasoning. Casually glancing at the status line, you happen to notice that you're in Space Quest 12. What's happened? Who was that guy with the overdeveloped hairdryer? Why did you let yourself be talked into jumping into some strange shimmering hole? Why are you talking to yourself? These incredibly intriguing questions will quickly be forgotten with barely an electron stirred in that well-armored orb atop your shoulders.
Alright, so... Bring that up. Change this to what it needs to be. Save / SQ4. Okay. Alright.
A brightly colored mechanical hare wanders about. The hare, anticipating your clumsy attempt to catch it in the open barehanded, won't come anywhere near you. You inhale deeply and detect the aroma of very old traffic.
Yeah, the Energizer Bunny, no problem. Radio Shock, get the lawyers.
You lick a thick smear of filth off the street. Finding the taste unpleasant, you quickly swallow it. What a smart person you are. You don't have time for that now.
Okay, can we
You
smell?
inhale deeply. You don't have time for that now.
Oh,
A brightly colored mechanical hair wanders about.
all right, we lick ourselves.
I'll bet you wish you could.
Dang, I did. Can I smell myself?
Ah, the aroma of several adventure games emanates from your person. The prevailing noxious wind prevents this. The large structure in the background captures your curiosity.
Okay. All right, let's go over here to the left. Uh-huh.
A quick inspection reveals nothing of interest other than a glove box.
Glove box, okay.
It is a closed glove box. We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
All right. Welcome to Space Quest 4. So, in this part of the game, you are always in danger, except for like this opening screen here.
It looks like a genuine Pocket Pal portable terminal.
Eh? Yeah, the narrator is great.
After taking a quick look around to reassure yourself that the place is as dead as it looks, you snitch the Pocket Pal laptop.
All right. We got ourselves a Pocket Pal. Yeah, this is the same narrator in all of the spoken games. So we have 59. Oh, okay. It doesn't let you examine things further, I guess. All right, what's over this way? Got Pocket Pal.
It's a lightweight, worn piece of rope.
Okay, some rope, huh?
You take the small, frayed, useless-looking length of rope.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, can we make it off screen in time? Oh, fuck.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Okay. So I could turn up the speed to make me walk a little faster, but
You take the
enemies move faster too if you do that. Okay. Will we make it this time? Yo, made it. All right. So we can also do this. All right. We got some points. So, when we tried to get the Energizer Bunny last time, the narrator said, out in the open and with our bare hands, we weren't going to catch it. So,
a crummy piece of rope. Keep your hands to yourself.
Uh-oh. This looks like a friendly NPC.
That was without a doubt one of the finest examples of bunny snatching I've ever seen. The stress placed on the rope during the bunny snatching was too much. You cast the useless fibers aside.
Okay.
You extract the portable power pellet from the back of the bunny's polyplastoid torso.
So not a battery, it's a power pellet.
A battery.
Oh, well. Sure. Are you kidding me? God damn it, Space Quest 4.
We're glad you could play. Keep your hand.
All right. Hello, sir. Okay. So not a friendly NPC.
We're glad you could play Space Quest.
We're still a
4.
pant load.
As usual, you've been a real pant load.
All right.
Being downwind of the cyborg, you are very aware that it smells like a slice of luncheon meat that's been walking around in the sun too long. Not with your tongue. It seems to have everything you'd look for in a street, with the exception of mobile creatures or vehicles. It seems to have...
Okay. Oh, God. No. Okay. Is this safe over here? Nope. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
We're
So,
glad you could play
all right.
Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pant load.
So here's the thing. I'm not sure if well, here's the thing. So until I turned on Okay. So when I did not underclock my CPU, let me see if we could just get away with this. Can I just... When I don't overclock or underclock my CPU, all right, click on that. This is probably fine because it's suspending all the other game logic. Okay, this is fine. There's nothing else on the other streets, by the way. If I don't underclock the CPU on the computer that I'm running this on, the game logic runs so fast that the robots and the cyborg appear like a tenth of a second after I enter the screen, and I can't do anything. Because this is one of those games where if you run it on too fast a machine, it runs the enemy logic way faster than it should be doing. So if I ran this on a much slower machine, like a 486 or something, we would have like 2 minutes on each screen to do what we need to do. But not the case in this one.
It's an empty jar with a lid, neither of which does anything entertaining.
Okay, well, we'll take the jar.
You take the jar into custody.
Okay.
It's just an average old-fashioned desk blotter.
Sure. A desk blotter.
It's probably the most nauseating thing to smell in the whole family of smells.
So
It needs salt. It tastes like nothing you'd ever want to put your tongue on again. Nah, you'd rather not. You never know where it's been. It tastes like nothing you'd ever want to put your tongue on. Nah, you'd rather not. Ah, a button. Perhaps I'll give it a press.
Data entry 22795. This message is to whomever may be so fortunate as to find it. I am Professor Lloyd, lead designer of the Xenon supercomputer project, the ultimate in artificial intelligence. The computer was designed to enhance our lives, but instead ended up being the ruin of us all. We made the mistake of tying it into the most important facets of our existence here on Xenon, including our weather control and defense systems. It seemed like a sound idea at the time, and all proceeded well for about 3 years. It was around then that a deep space salvage operation recovered what appeared to be some sort of antiquated data storage unit contained in a flimsy cardboard box on which the words Leisure Suit Larry were imprinted. On its back was the picture of a not particularly wholesome gentleman, but that's another story. My counterparts exhibited shameful behavior as they tore open the box to get at its contents. I could not understand the commotion it generated. The data was uploaded into the supercomputer for analysis. As a result, a crippling virus spread through the machine like a bad social disease. All control of the computer was lost. All screens went blank. Then these words were displayed by the monitors and uttered by the vocal outputs. Wilco must pay. From that day forth, the possessed computer waged war on the inhabitants of Xenon, using our own weapons against us. Some managed to escape to other planets. Those of us who remained stayed to fight the machines and robots under its control. It was a bloody war. Those of us that were not killed were taken captive and modified. These cyborgs infiltrated the loyal ranks of resistance, rooting out almost all of our hiding places and exposing us to the mechanical menace. Some of these poor souls still wander the streets. As of this recording, we are down to only a handful of rebels. My health is deteriorating rapidly. To make matters worse, I've just learned that the computer has unraveled the mysteries of time travel. I've sent my 2 best men to attempt to steal this new technology. If you are not a machine, then perhaps they were successful. Please realize, you are Xenon's last hope.
Oh, well. Rip Xenon, then. Hey.
It's very pleasant looking. You don't need to look at that. You've reached the sewer maintenance office. Apparently this office has been long abandoned. Your janitorial instincts urge you to sweep up and do a little dusting, but you suppress those urges and concentrate on the task at hand. The strange little pedestal has wires running between it and the wall. Oh no! The door has shut, and there's no way back. What are you going to do now?
Oh no!
This hatch, locked from the other side, was your portal to this area. This is a section of the Xenon sewer system. Fortunately, there seems to be very little of the secret ingredient usually associated with sewers.
Sure. Everybody's a cyborg. Alright. Go down this way. Oh, geez. Alright, so.
Okay. You scoop up the slimy secretion. Better get away now before it scoops you up. You
Oh god. I was just about to click.
As the green slime dissolves the flesh from your bones, you think, hey, this stuff consumes 47 times its weight in acid.
Sure. Okay. Let's see what's this way then. So, this, if you do not get the jar, and then if you do not get the slime from the acid, you are in a dead man walking state. You can't beat the game. And you won't know it until really late in the game. Really late in the game. Like, it's actually fucked up how late that that matters. Yep, that's...
Okay.
They really did the player dirty
Scoop
on
up
this
the
one.
slimy secretion. Better get away now before it scoops you up.
I think we go this way. I know, right? Like, I'm trying to think of what I gotta say here specifically, because I think there's another like crash that can happen. Hey, Mike Gibbs. This might be the earliest and then longest duration Dead Man Walking in the Sierra games that I can think of. Because this is like practically at the start of the game. We're 20-ish minutes in. Okay. All right. So we got a
The structural
tank
warpage
here.
and the enormous gaping hole indicate a violent end for this corroding battle machine.
Am I just dead? Yeah.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Oh, good lord. Okay, I need to... So inside that tank is something called the explosive ordnance, that if you pick it up, it just kills you later. Not much later, but it does kill you. Oh, fuck. I'm not... Oh, this might be a problem. I think I need to leave this immediately. And I might have to turn up the game speed to get through this. I think because my CPU is running just a little too fast here. All right, so we're gonna get up immediately. And go over here. Straight this way. And then
Keep your hand. We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
So what you need to do there is... Oh, God. You need to go onto that screen and immediately click on the landing gear. Like somewhere on the landing gear. I forget where, what pixel. And then you can autopilot into there and escape getting immediately shot. But this might take a few tries. Okay. And it's going to be so close that I need to save over this, and hopefully he keeps walking. Good. And then we'll have...
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Oh my god. Okay, so that save's not going to work anymore. Because we got hung up a little too long. Okay. I just have to do it from this save, I guess. There's not a whole lot else I can really do to underclock the CPU that I have. So I think I just have to be actually perfect. So there might be another way to do this, like going through the north streets. Okay, I clicked an extra time there. Hopefully that doesn't screw things up. Okay. There we go. Okay, we did it. I was a little worried.
This seems to be a relatively spacious landing gear compartment. Wonder how cramped it gets in there when the gear is stowed.
Okay. We made it past that part. There's one more part that's going to be an issue later, but we'll worry about that later. Okay.
This is the patrol shuttle you hitched a ride on. This is the middle section of the supercomputer's landing bay. The ship you hitched a ride on rests here.
Okay. All right, so screen to the right.
Uh-oh. We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Yep. We are a full pant load today. So screen to the right. We'll be there later in the game. You always get shot when you go into that screen.
I've just completed a scan of the Labion sector of Space Quest 2. No sign of presence at this time. Gruff, schluff, ruff.
Mega seed of zaps. Zavo fila zagold.
Halt! Some people just won't follow instructions.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Okay, so you have about 1/10 of a second to do that on this machine here. Great, cool. All right, so we'll have this ready. I'm going to buffer my inputs here. This is way harder to do on real hardware. All right, so I'm going to spam click. So we want to get inside of this thing.
I've just completed...
Okay, there we go. I could technically play this on the Mister and with MT32, but I really don't like how the Mister 486 thing works, so it'll be fine. Okay, so this part. If you get in here and you don't make a note of ball mice. Hey, Deep Freeze. Yeah, my I downclocked my CPU on this machine down to 200 megahertz, and it's working fine so far. But if this was a completely blind playthrough, this would be quite the issue. Quite the issue. Okay. So this code is different every time you play the game. I should mention. Which meant when you speedrun this game, like I speedran this years ago, what I did was I took a picture with my camera phone every time I got to this part, because it sure does that. You're worried about I'm assuming the skate section. I actually have a strat for that I developed for the speed run, and then the end game part I am also not really worried about either. All right, so let's see what we got here.
It's some sort of monitor, probably used to monitor something or other. That's your head, Roger. Now use it for something. You look out at the city you were born in decades ago. You're sure glad you weren't there when this devastation happened. You might have gotten hurt. On the bright side, you won't have to pay those delinquent traffic tickets. That button opens the canopy.
What's wrong with my dank art here? That's exactly what that symbol looks like. Please. Okay. Oh. Sure. Okay. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Actually.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally, nothing much happens. That must not have been a valid code. Try again.
Okay. So there's nothing in the manual about how to deal with this. So the player is actually expected to just put in random codes, and the second code that they put in actually works, which is why I am going to intentionally do it like this. The same character 6 times in a row, so that I can write it down and easily go back to where this is going to take me later. This is another thing where if the player doesn't write down something like this, you're going to regret it later in the game.
The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
All right. Space Quest 10. The Latex Babes of Estros.
Peering through the port, you see an unusual land. Its wind-carved pinnacles and buttes bring back memories of the planet Corona, where this whole adventure mess started.
Corona, really? This is not Corona, though. Okay.
You've seen a lot of plateaus and sloping hills before, but this one's a butte. The entire horizon undulates in enticing peaks, curves, and crevices, for which Estros is famous. Your high-tech but ugly pod stands ready to ride the wild plains of time.
Yeah. Alright.
Nothing happens.
What does it smell like here?
It would serve no purpose.
Really?
You can't use that here.
Dang it. Can we smell this?
The smells of stressed carbon fiber, cooling engines, and ozone fill the air.
What does it taste like?
Tasting the cooling time pod would not be a good idea.
Okay. Fine. Oh, I think we can also...
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
As is tradition in Seer adventure games. Okay.
As you look around at the towering rocks, immense formations carved over millions of years, you can't help but be overwhelmed by a sense of your own insignificance. Nothing happens.
Okay. Alright. Dead end.
Whoa! What was that?
Alright. Time for more good faces.
You get the feeling you're not alone here.
Oh, wait a second. I think you're actually supposed to go this way? Trying to remember why. Maybe nothing happens when you go down to the bottom. There's a pretty good face.
That's not a very clean habit. It smells like something that wasn't designed for noses. Wow, what an incredible view! You look pretty pathetic hanging under the pterodactyl. Hey, those Talon things hurt. You didn't much care for the landing either. My. Rather than the sequel policeman penetrating the inner sanctum of the nest, the reverse obviously occurred. You frisk the skewered sequel policeman and turn up a paper-wrapped wad of used chewing gum.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can die on the screen. I think you can. If we wait around long enough.
Don't mess with it. Right now, the sequel policeman has no distinct smell. But give him a few days and he'll be quite aromatic, not to mention plumped up like a ballpark Frank. Take it from someone who knows sick. Licking corpses is going way beyond simple dementia. Get a grip, pal.
Oh. Something in the background there. Well, maybe you can't die on this screen. Either that or it just takes forever. Okay, whatever. So very important, we got the gum off of that body there. All right, kids, cover your eyes. Adults, widen your eyes. It's about to get sexy. For the next, 10 minutes.
You've got a lot of nerve coming back here, Roger Wilco. After leaving me the way you did, you male scum. This is the last woman you'll ever dump on. Right, girls?
Right.
Said you couldn't be tied down.
I said that?
You said you had to be free to roam the galaxy.
Was that me?
You'll be sorrier than you look. We'll see to that.
Yeah.
Into the sub, fly boy.
Don't know if you could die here either. So something that's bothered me since this game came out. Roger's voice sounded like it was recorded in a bathroom, and everybody else's voice sounds fine.
Do it and die. Hey, are you trying to find out how you'd look with convenient handles protruding from each side of your less than studly self? This would be an excellent time to keep your nostrils to yourself. This would be You can bet she smells better than you. Better just speculate on this one, or you'll be snorting spear. Yeah, right. Gee, maybe you should walk right on up to her and give it a try. Not. Best to keep your taste buds packed away right now, Buckwheat.
Oh, God.
Now this is a pain that'll linger. All the Bengay in Florida won't relieve this stiffness.
All right. So a single step away from them is getting blown up. All right, fine.
Say, there's an odd-looking specimen. You hope these women soon realize that they must have the wrong guy. What have I stepped into this time? You think to yourself.
This is Zandra. We are approaching checkpoint 6. Prepare to open the tunnel door. Activate the door.
How'd she get here before us?
You wonder if she has a boyfriend. Use it and lose it, buddy. Use it and lose it, buddy. There is a faint odor of perfume mixed with the salty sea air. What a babe.
Sit down.
Comfy, Mr. Wilco?
Hey, what are you doing? Let me go, witch!
Dang.
Shut up! Your whimpering sickens me. I'll teach you not to run out on me. Thorine is quite knowledgeable in the ways of torture. I'll let the two of you get acquainted. Thorine, do your stuff.
With pleasure, Zandra.
Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Epirip 357, the most powerful hand-hair remover in the universe, and it's capable of shaving your legs clean off. I've always wanted to see a man shave with one of these, but I guess you'll do. Now you'll know the meaning of the word pain. Ah! It's a sea slug! Run, girls!
Sure, that's a slug.
You are in a crude, state-of-the-art sea cave. Shiny stainless steel instruments cover the surgical tray. Some of them look vaguely familiar as veterinary instruments. Roger Wilco, Space Guy! Hot lights glare in your face, making you very uncomfortable.
Hey, Gundam.
It's a slimy slug tongue.
That's a tongue? Okay.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Alright. We're still a pant load. Got it. Alright, so they give you a lot of time to solve this. Hey, Zero.
Our hero! Wasn't he great, girls? Well, Raj, I guess we can call it even. Thank you for ridding our fortress of that slimy, awful sea slug. I know I can't blame you for backing out at the last minute. I guess I was a little overbearing. Sorry. Can we still be good friends?
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's talk about this.
No, Roger. You were right. You don't need to spare my feelings. It just wasn't meant to be. It's better this way. Well, girls, I feel like celebrating. Let's go shopping!
Hey. Let's go.
Meanwhile, back in Space Quest 12...
Well, what have we here?
This is the rebel scum we captured in the Space Quest 4 time sector. he had just aided Wilco in escaping. The readout on his time gun indicates that Wilco was successfully transported into this time sector as you feared.
That is no longer a concern. Wilco will surrender to us once he has learned we have captured his son. Then he will be destroyed once and for all.
All right, Galaxy Galleria. Lots of ads for this place in that the manual.
Sail!
It's an Autobox teller machine card. You pick up the ATM card.
All right.
An Autobox teller machine card.
All right. Let's explore them all here. Oh, software store. And it's playing the Quest for Glory theme.
For some reason, there is a gathering here.
What's going on in there? The two geeks from Andromeda are in there signing copies of their latest release.
What's going on in there?
I just told you! The two geeks from Andromeda are in there signing copies of their latest release!
All right. Well, we can't go in there quite yet.
Wow, an Autobox teller machine.
Okay. And we have an Autobox teller machine card.
You obviously don't resemble a blonde woman. What a surprise.
All right. So we can't use this card until we look like a blonde woman. Keep that in mind. That is our current quest. We need to go empty. Okay, so this is the patched version of the game. So the manual, like I mentioned at the top here, the original version of the game has Radio Shock for this store, but the lawyers did not like that very much, so they forced them to change it in a later version of the game, which is that. They changed it to Hurt So Good. All right, what we got here? Division of Blatz Entertainment. Yo, I never noticed that.
There's probably not much in this robot's head.
Oh man, there we go. Fester Blatz expanding to chain of stores.
Welcome to our automated catalog. Let us be your gateway to what's new and exciting in the world of 24th century electronics. Through the pages of our automated catalog, you will find gifts for the whole family. For Dad, look in electronic gadgets for our selection of stereo components. For Mom, peek into the electronic mommy for a variety of labor-saving devices and marital aids. For Sis and little brother, browse our Technotots toy department for the latest in electronic playboards.
Yes, the electronic mommy, huh?
Shopping our automated catalog is as easy as snapping your digital appendages. Using your mouse or tab key, simply point to the menu item of your choice and press enter, or click the mouse button. Should you get confused, simply return to the top menu and begin anew. Thank you for choosing us for all your electronic needs. We know you'll find just what you're looking for, and if you don't, we're wrong and you should look somewhere else.
Okay, specials.
These special sale items are available for a limited time only. Availability is limited to items in stock, as is only, no returns. Some items may be demo models, scratched, dented, or just not in very good shape. No warranties expressed or implied apply to these items. No refund or exchange.
All right.
Re-Shrink Wrap 2000. Work for a large retail software chain? Like to take the products home and diddle with them? The Re-Shrink Wrap 2000 re-shrink wraps any size software box. Is that game new or used? Only you'll know for sure. Keep the customers guessing. Dealers only, please. 1,033 buckazoids.
Huh. Alright, well, we can't afford that. Alright. Gotta check out the electronic mommy.
Iceman Pocket Ice Machine. This miracle of modern engineering fits in purse or pocketbook and freezes 15 pounds of ice cubes per hour. Choose from ice slices, cubes, or crushed. Requires mini hydrogen and oxygen canisters sold separately. Breaks the ice at parties. 300 buckazoids recalled by manufacturer. Epachia. Now you can remove unsightly chia growth from upper lip, legs, bikini area, and small clay figurines. Painless and electronic. Almost tickles once you get used to it. Instantly cauterizes major blood vessels. Battery operated. 32-volt dry cell not included. 32 buckazoids. Not available in the spiral arm.
Oh shit, we can afford that. But let's not.
Dandy Recipe Beamer. Imagine the situation. The ambassador from Corona is coming for dinner, and all you have handy is a can of condensed cream of Orat soup and a box of nano wafers. You punch the appropriate buttons on your recipe beamer, and instantly, we beam the perfect recipe to you. Over 18 trillion recipes collected from all over the universe, just to make meal planning easier. 455 buckazoids. Estimated date of uplink, November 2803.
Alright, sure. Alright, gadgets.
Faux Component Swiss Army Micro Entertainment Center. Styled to look like a real set of miniature components, this is a complete home entertainment center in one 4x6-inch box. Includes CD-ROM unit, turntable, dual cassette with Hyper Wow and Mega Flutter, unfolding 84-inch digital color projection multiscreen TV, corkscrew, and toothpick. 2,275 buckazoids. Back ordered. None currently available. Dodecaphonic Around Sound Processor. Ever notice how flat and unexciting normal stereophonic, quintrophonic, and octophonic recordings are? With the Dodecaphonic Around Sound Processor, your music will seem to come from 12 directions. In front of you, behind you, either side of you, 4 midpoints in between, above you, below you, from inside of you, and from the upstairs neighbors. 877 buckazoids. Discontinued.
That's pretty much just Atmos, is what that is. We have that already. It's really neat.
CD-GI-ROM TV. Move over CD-ROM, CDG, CDI, and CD-TV. CD-GDI-ROM TV does everything the others do and more. Besides accepting the formats mentioned above, CD-GI-ROM TV also plays high-quality Laserdisc movies, sure to become popular any century now. 842 buckazoids. Estimated delivery, summer 2,735.
Laserdisc catching strays.
Pocket Pal Portable Terminal.
Oh.
Say, is that a complete workstation in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me? Now you can carry the power of a dumb terminal around with you without even creasing your jumpsuit. Includes chiclet-style keyboard and dentine-style mouse. 3,406 buckazoids.
So we have a Pocket Pal. We grabbed it from that the crash speeder near the beginning of the game. So we don't need any of that.
Pocket Pal Connector. If you're a proud owner of our ever-popular Pocket Pal portable terminal, you have no doubt noticed that, without the proper connector, it is virtually useless. Fortunately, at this moment, our exclusive Pocket Pal connector is on sale for just 1,999 buckazoids. Get yours now before the price goes up even further.
Okay. So we're going to need one of those at some point. But we don't have 2,000 buckazoids. Okay.
This guy looks like the living torso. He probably works for an intergalactic freak show. You don't need to look at that.
All right.
Monolith Burger, the only fast food chain to survive the infamous food wars.
Nice. Not Taco Bell this time. It's Monolith Burger. Oh.
No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Well, we have a shirt but no shoes. Dang it. Okay, so we gotta fix that.
The sign reads, Big and Tall.
Eh? Yeah, probably. Yeah, now that you mention it.
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
Alright, how much money we got? I think we have 57? 59.
This suit is a replacement shell for some sort of exoskeletal wanderer. And hey, check out those boots. This looks like a pressure suit for something with upper body appendages. It looks like a slipcover for a snake. This one looks like it might have been designed for ceremonial functions. The well-dressed alien will want to be seen in this lovely ensemble, perfect for those nights out at the Solar Ballet.
Let me know if there is anything I can get for you.
It's a Bean Counter 200 revenue collection device. The reduced cost shelf is stocked full of wonderful merchandise.
All right, I think that's
the
probably...
shelves are loaded with all types of great things nobody would want.
All right.
This is your friendly sales clerk. He's automated and comes complete with a built-in attitude. Now that's a clean-smelling window. It's probably the most nauseating thing to smell in the whole family of smells. It tastes like nothing you'd ever want to put your tongue on again.
I'm sorry, I lost my boots and the legs of my pants in a deadly fight with a giant sea slug, which I won in the nick of time with my clever thinking and my, cleverness.
I see. Well, all right. Let me get your measurements. We've got just the thing for the likes of you. I assume you will be wanting something in the generic Space Hero line? These will do for you. Try them on in the dressing room here if you wish.
That's not the reduced cost shelf. We'll never afford this.
You change your clothes, not forgetting the items in your pocket. You never know when you'll need them. You step out looking good as new.
That will be 20 buckazoids, please.
All right, 20 buckazoids. I wonder if we can just walk out.
How dare you try to leave without paying?
Okay. So you... Interesting. I wonder if we can...
Pardon me, sir. You appear to be in dire need of my services.
Okay. So it doesn't lock you out of doing that, but you do have to pay to keep your clothes. Okay.
Thank you so much for shopping with us, sir. Do come back soon.
All right, so we have 39 Buckazoids left now. Okay. All right. Clothes. Gets. All right. Arcade. We will go there later. We have no real reason to go there right now. All right. So, we need to look like a blonde woman with long hair before we can use the ATM card that is definitely ours and not stolen at all. They're definitely ours. We just happen to not match the picture that's on it right now. So, maybe we can fix that.
You check out the clerk. You've always had a thing for women with antenna. The latest in swank fashion, displayed in a number of horrifying colors. Hey, not bad for a robotic mannequin. These wigs are the latest fashion, if you have a cone head or like the purple haze look. While enjoying this banquet of fashion, you wonder what you might look like in one of these cute little frocks. Hey, what kind of thing is that for a studly guy like you to be thinking? Get a hold of yourself, fella.
Dang.
Hiya, hun. I'm Maybot, fashion consultant to the Cosmos. What can we, do with you today?
Well, this is kind of hard to explain.
Oh, let me guess. You want something for someone very special. Someone who died to get the latest in high galactic fashion. Are we right, or are we right?
We're right.
Okay. What size does she take?
Oh, 38.
Oh, I don't think we're right about that.
I'm not sure, but she's built about like me.
Is she? A likely story. Good thing for you, I can keep a secret, sweetie.
Yeah, this sales bot has more attitude than the other guy.
I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage. I suppose you'll want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room. And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
All right.
Very lovely, honey. It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 Buckazoids, sicko.
60 Buckazoids. Shit. All right. We're trying to work it here to be ERK, but we can't because... okay. So... We can't afford our drag right now. Well... Alright. We'll be fine. We could just walk out the front door. Okay.
You should know by now that you can't just take things without paying for them.
Okay. So, we need to earn some more money before we can use our definitely ours ATM card. Okay. Oh. Getting stuck on the edge of the wall there. Okay, so that's the full loop. There's also a skaterama in the center.
It's just another vital part of the Galaxy Galleria shopping mall.
All right, let's go see if the software store is open. The signing event. Okay, signing event is done. You can check out the software store.
Sorry, but the crowd completely cleaned out my stock of Sierra software. The only thing that's left is boring home and business application software, along with a few inferior games. But feel free to look around anyway. Have you seen the newest time travel simulator? Neither have I. I'm sure we're getting some in soon.
The clerk is keeping his eye on you. The clerk was right. Only boring applications software remains. The clerk was right. A bargain bin containing discount software.
Okay.
That's not a very clean habit. It tastes like nothing you'd ever want to put your tongue on again. There is no reply.
All right.
A bargain.
What we got in the bargain bin? Boom. Look at this inferior game.
The latest bomb from master storyteller Maury Bryanarty, Boom, is a post-Holocaust adventure set in post-Holocaust America after the Holocaust. Neutron bombs have eradicated all life, leaving only you to wander through the wreckage. No other characters, no conflict, no puzzles, no chance of dying, and no interface make this the easiest to finish game yet. Just boot it up and watch it explode.
Yeah, that sums up Loom pretty nicely. No, we don't want that one. All right, this is
Here
SimCity.
at last, with a combination of SAI, simulated artificial intelligence, and VRAI, virtually real artificial intelligence, we at Max This Software have created a simulator experience that's unlike anything you've ever simulated playing before. With SimSim, you can create a simulated environment in which you can create any simulated environment you want.
So that's pretty much Roblox, I guess, and or Minecraft.
Didn't find anything you like, huh?
All right, let's keep looking. What we got here?
It's the newest in the wacky Jaime Lipschitz series. Jaime, son of a wealthy New York furrier, has gone wild with Dad's frequent flyer vouchers again. Can you track Jaime down and bring him home to meet the girl Mom's picked out for him? Hold on to your yarmulke. Yes, Jaime Lipschitz strikes again. 640K, Ronald MT32, and 3.5 circumcision required.
Broader buns. Oh man, this section is something.
Following closely on the heels of his hit tic-tac-toe construction set, Phil Fudge does it again. Using a simple point-and-click interface, you construct the checkerboard of your dreams. Fill in an 8x8 grid with squares of your choice, red or black, in any arrangement, as long as it's alternating. Don't like it? Erase it and start all over again. Requires MCGA, CGA, VGA, PGA, or Ta-ra-ra Boom GA.
All right.
Head for the hills, it's coming, and this time it's hungry. It Came for Dessert is a thrilling action-adventure in which a mob of pushy, overweight relatives invade your kitchen. Armed with only a Jell-O mold and a pastry bag, you must repel the invaders, always keeping an eye on your blood sugar level. It's the merriest mix-up since Enemoware's fabulous Defender of the Crown Rib Roast.
Sure.
From the folks who brought you Astro Chicken. When it comes to stimulating chickens, Chuck Egger is the expert. And now you can learn from him. Design the chicken of your choice. Over 40 options including lips, no lips, and laying frequency. And take your creation for a wild ride over real barnyard scenery based on an authentic flight model of a chicken. You're in for a peck of fun now. Presenting the latest in the award-winning King's Quest series, from the still active mind of aging Roberta Williams III, latest in the award-winning Roberta Williams series, what happens when Old Man Graham and his family are kicked out of Daventry Condo Association? You'll meet the fabulous Bernoulli brothers, Professor C.D. Romberg, and of course Rumpelstiltskin, over 12 gigabytes in length.
Dang, 12 gigs is a big game, huh? Oh boy. And then at the bottom of the bargain bin,
the two guys from Andromeda's latest sci-fi comedy, Space Quest 4, will give you hours of frustration unless you have this hint book.
Yeah.
Want to know how to get the dog into the hanging basket? Want to find out how to attach the melon? Buy this hint book and it all becomes obvious. You'll hit your head and say, boy, how stupid could I have been? A moron could have figured this out. I must be a real dimwit, a pathetic nimno, a wretched, idiotic excuse for a human being not to have figured out these simple puzzles in the first place. Try it and see.
Yep. Fucking Sierra. All right, how much do I want for this? $5 buckazoids. All right. It's ours.
Ah! I see you've made a selection from our box of slop, bargain bin. Thank you!
All right. We're down to 34 buckazoids. Okay. All right. What's the hint book say?
Yes, it's a Reveal-O-Matic electric hint revealer. An SQ4 hint book.
So the old Sierra hint books. Hey, spelling is hard, you know. The old Sierra hint books, the way that they worked was they would have on the text of the page, there would be some text for like, how do I put the dog in the basket? And then below it will be like this solid looking block, I guess. And you could only read what was on that block with a I know the LucasArts one had like a little piece of red film or something that you had to physically put on top of the text, and then you could actually see what it says. And there is apparently something else with like a pen or something in early Sierra books where you had to like use a special pen to rub it on the text and it would make the text readable or something. I don't know, but that's what this is all about. This thing and the hint book.
Nothing happened.
All right. Long tunnel with the light visible at the far end. What should I do? Near-death experience.
You can't use...
Go for it. Once you've seen Poltergeist, go into the light. The wound where the tentacle venomite ripped my larynx out keeps getting infected. Help. Bottle of peroxide. Picking at it. Found the iodine.
Nothing.
Found the salt shaker. Mix the iodine with the peroxide. Shake some salt. Can't find the one-armed man anywhere. Can't hear what the two guys at the bar are saying. I'm in the time pod. Where else can I go? Where do you think? Someplace where the sun don't shine. Eulent's Flats, if you had the coordinates.
Oh, great. Only half the answer showed. It must be a defective hint module.
Okay, so this is how you're supposed to get half of the code for Eulent's Flats. And Eulent's Flats was the city in Space Quest 1 out in the desert where we sold our skimmer. We went to the bar where Totally Not ZZ Top was and bought our robot, bought a ship, and then got off the planet. So
This lumpy paper-wrapped wad looks mighty interesting.
So we got this wad of paper from the dead sequel police cop in that nest after being picked up by the pterodactyl. So
these symbols look vaguely familiar. Now, where have you seen them?
So we can only see the right half of this code. But that is all we need. And I believe this code is the same every time. So if you just know the code ahead of time, you can always do this. But in the speed run, you never have to go to Yulin's Flats in the speed run. So that was never an issue when doing any percent Space Quest 4 speed runs. Okay, so we still don't look like a blonde-haired, long-haired woman. So we can't use the ATM just yet. We do have shirt and shoes now. So now we can get service over here.
Yeah?
All right.
It's the gruff, unpersonable manager of this particular Monolith Burger franchise. Famous mono sauce. Famous mono sauce number 2. This is just one of over 2.5 million Monolith Burger franchises scattered around the known universes. This is just one of over 2.5. This is just.
Can't look at that.
Woo! This dude smells like a pigsty. Maybe it would be unwise to order a bacon burger. Nah, you'd rather not. You never know where it's been. Sucking on a bottle of ketchup doesn't seem to satisfy your hunger no matter what the government thinks. Sucking on a bottle...
Dang.
I'd like,
We're out of it. We're out of everything, including employees. Would you like to apply for a job?
Yes, we are hard up for cash. We gotta get our drag.
You would, huh? Well, this is the greatest opportunity you've ever had, kid. Benefits up the wazoo, and if you stick with me half an hour or so, I'll make you my assistant manager. Now, how would you like that?
All right.
Gee, thanks.
Warning, the following sequence contains explicit arcade action and is not recommended for die-hard adventure players, the arcade squeamish, or those with poor to non-existent motor skills.
So, this was the Space Quest designers kind of learning their lesson after Space Quest 1, that the stupid part with the skimmer in the desert was just so unfair and hard to do, that in the remake for Space Quest 1, they gave you an option to just say, I don't want to do it, and you can get past it without having to do it. And it's almost an identical text box to this as well. So they also let the player opt out of doing this too. But no, we're doing this. I love a challenge.
This is so easy, a human could probably do it. Burger comes out of the oven. Drop on your lettuce, your pickle, squeeze on your mayo, squirt on your mustard, on goes your ketchup, top it off with your sesame seed bun. You make 'em my way, and if you mess up enough times, you're out of here. Got it? If you need to know how to run the assembly line, read the sign. Just click it with the mouse or press R.
All right. Instructions to Master Burger 2000 must be posted. Hand cursor. Pick up and install condiments. Carrying condiment, cycle to another one. Condiment drops back into the bay. Joystick, we're not using that.
Don't mess.
Okay.
You talk to yourself. But you talk to yourself.
Doing this with the trackball is...
Don't mess with it.
Oh, shit. Okay. I think I need to turn down the speed a little bit here. Okay. Now this is much more doable.
Keep your hands to...
Okay.
Get your nose off me. What do I look like? A nostril mat?
I'm the pickle. I smell like vinegar on a spring morning.
Must be permabuns. They have no smell. There's that Monolith Burger's secret smell.
Don't bother. I'm really quite bland.
Pungent, eh? Yeah, that's right. No smell. Better no smell than a bad one.
True.
Some people think I taste oily. I don't think so. Do you?
Go ahead. Take a big lick of old Mr. Mustard. You'll be sorry. I'm the best little condiment you ever tasted. You know I am, really. I'm not kidding, I am.
I'm lettuce. I taste like an old leaf. Okay?
I taste like crunchy toe jam sauteed in vinegar.
Keep your...
I'm lettuce. Real old lettuce. Lay me down on the booger. I like to go first.
Bite me, I'm the pickle.
The top half of a hamburger bun.
Hi, I'm mayonnaise. I'm cholesterol-laden and ready to clog an artery when given the chance.
I'm your mustard. Squeeze me. Hello, I'm the ketchup. Did you know there's more sugar in me than in ice cream? It's a fact.
Oh, shit. Okay, how many... So we need 60... So we gotta do 20 more burgers. And I think the pay does go up at a certain point. Okay. Which is also why they give you the option to skip this if you want to. Is there a way to toggle between these? Up and down. Okay. 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 Way more efficient to do both keyboard and mouse. Okay. I can blaze through these if I do that. So we need 27 Buckzoids.
Keep. Keep your. You can't.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Nope.
Okay, sure.
Keep.
Huh, shit. Okay. Get a little too fast. Hopefully I don't get fired. Okay. Okay. It's got to be really deliberate. All right, 3 more. This is getting too fast now. Don't want to lose. Okay. She is. Spoilers, she is. It'll be worth it. Yep. Well, you never know what space minimum wage is. Okay. Plus, I think, thinking about it, like, what fast food chains put mayo, mustard, and ketchup? Because I think you have to, of all the ones that I know of around here, I think you have to ask for all of those 3. Like, usually most things come with, like, ketchup and mayo. Or ketchup and mustard without mayo. Like, I personally like a lot of all 3 on there. Like, as much as I don't like mayo, I have come to appreciate how much it adds to a burger. In moderation, though. The exception being on fried chicken sandwiches, then you can put a little bit more mayo than usual. All right, this will be our last one, and then I'll turn up the speed and let this go. Because we have enough money to pay for our drag now. I'm pretty sure. 30. We're earning 30. We have... Okay, already just... You're being paid on the spot, I guess. Okay.
There's that Monolith Burger's secret smell.
Huh. So like a special brand for that? Like I don't keep mustard or mayo in the house. I do keep mustard and mayo though, or mustard and ketchup. But I don't have like a container of mayonnaise anywhere in the building. Not allowed here. So the only times that I interact with mayonnaise is at fast food, and that's it. Dang, how are we not fired yet? Becoming a Russian grocery stores. Trying to think if I've seen any Russian grocery stores around here. And none that I know of. There's a Korean grocery store somewhere nearby, but I think that's about it.
You're fired! My janitor could do a better job than you could.
All right. All right, so he throws his cigar at us. And that's important. That's another thing that you could technically skip on a playthrough. All right, software store's closed because we got the thing that we needed. And actually, I think now that I think about it, if you didn't get the hint book from there before you worked, I'm not sure you can get it again. I don't know.
You retrieve the cigar butt.
All right. Got our cigar. Got fired. And we have enough money to pay for our fit. I don't know why the audio is stuck at 47. Okay. Sure. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there was some specific cutscene in this game where it sends the MIDI command to drop the volume to 47, and then it never sends another MIDI command to put it back to what it should be. All right.
Oh, it's you again. What do you want?
I'd still like to buy that dress. I'm terribly sorry about that little misunderstanding.
Well, okay. But don't try that again. If you have to be weird, fine. But we don't appreciate shoplifters, dear. I'm sure this will suit that special someone's needs. It's all the rage.
Isn't this the Final Fantasy 10-2
I suppose
dress?
you want to try it on now. Here, use this dressing room.
Except that one's like they're all blue, light blue frills.
And honey, if your special someone needs a wig, this one should look pretty good on you.
No, not the Roger drag, but this one in the upper left corner. I guess that also looks like
Very
Tifa's dress
lovely, honey.
in Remake.
It's made for you. Would you like us to wrap it up? Or would that special someone prefer you to wear it home?
I think I'll wear it home.
Just what we thought. That will be 60 buckazoids, sicko.
Yeah, the weird like half skirt thing that what's her face wears.
Appreciate it, hun.
That one's on the to-do list. I've been thinking about it. I think I want to do Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 in the near future. All right, Slay Queen. We got this. Sick.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
Sick walk cycle now. It's probably because he's not used to heels. Why that the walk cycle's like that. And I don't blame him. Like trying to walk in heels when you're not used to them on a moving platform like this, I bet is a real bad time. But probably not enough animation budget to have him falling over. All right. We are ready to make it rain. balance. What you got? So we need 109, about 2,000 Buckazoids is what we need for a connector. And just trust me on this, we're going to need that connector. What you got? 2001. All right. Withdraw funds. All of it. All right. I'm sure she won't mind. Okay. All right. 2006 Buckazoids. Let's go. All right. We can take a shortcut here. All right, skate around.
Well, ladies, don't go 0G swimming in a dress.
Oh, man. All right. Can't go in there. Uh, 2,000 burgers. Yeah, probably. But, oh, man. I have a feeling it probably starts going so fast that that nobody could conceivably keep up even on the lowest speed is my feeling. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to ever find out because that sounds like the worst thing. And that's a hell of a speedrun category. Though the speedrun just clicks the button that says, I don't want to do this, give me the money though. And it works out just fine. All right, mission accomplished. Time to become unfabulous again.
Keep your hand. As you change your clothes, you think to yourself that even in drag, you still have incredible animal magnetism. Or is that just a lack of deodorant?
Yes. Yes is the answer. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I got everything written down. Yep. Okay.
Thanks for shopping at Saks.
I think about $2,000 probably was how much rolling stuff was back in the day. Like, it's expensive now, and it was even more expensive back then. God damn it. All right. I'm trying to think if this is actually going to be an issue. Is this actually going to be an issue? God, I'm gonna have to do this every time. Okay. All right, great. We're gonna have to do all of that all over again. So let's do this.
You can't.
Okay. So we got that. All right. Speedrun time. Oh man, that crash. I seem to remember that crash being a thing.
There is no.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh god, I think there's a specific solution to that too.
Just
appreciate.
All right. Off to the
Thanks for
ATM. So the solution was, I think it was either entering through the other door or saving on that screen, quitting the game, loading it from that screen. Either that or just keep trying until it works, which also might be the solution. Okay, so we need to make a separate save now.
As you change your clothes,
Okay, hopefully I can get around this. Okay. So first thing I want to try then is going through the top entrance. Because I think it could crash here, and then also later, there's a possibility it could crash again. Okay. All right. So that one right here. All right, please don't crash. Okay. Did it.
watching this fine youngster brings back fond memories of your youth. Little did you know that all those hours of playing blazin' paddles were in preparation for being a space guy hero type. Gazing at the wastebasket, your impulse, nay, your very instinct, nay, the very fibers of your being scream out for you to pick up that garbage. But you're too busy. Watching this fine youngster brings back fond memories of... This slime flyer machine has seen better days. This game, Dweeb Hunter, reminds you too much of your present predicament. And guess who the dweeb is? Boy, you'd think after all these years they'd come up with something more sophisticated than frogs jumping from log to log.
Nope, timeless.
As you look around the arcade, you see that some of your old favorites are still working. Monaco Princess Stunt Drivin', Choke and Croak, Ghetto Blaster, and Dweeb Hunter. The air is filled with smoke, sweat, and ozone, reminding you of your favorite cologne, Night in Programming.
That's a great gif up there.
It's some sort of video art form. Looks like a hand throwing a pizza.
Now that's art. Now that is some art.
It's some sort of video art form. Looks like a computer-generated fractal simulation of a washing machine. As you look around the arcade, watching this fine youngster, as you look around the arcade, the sign says Ms. Astro Chicken. How strange that nobody is playing it.
Nobody playing it, huh? All right. So, Astro Chicken. Oh, God. Okay. So. This part is going to be rough. This part is going to be a bad time. Okay. So the sequel police are after us. They found us. And we need to escape.
Well, maybe. It's worth a try.
All right. So this fucking part.
Well, maybe.
So I'm actually not sure if that's the direction you go. Okay, can I just go back in here?
Here, Wilco.
Okay. Nope.
Smoking is bad for your health.
Okay, can't do that.
Zero G skating might be perfect for you, since you've got a 0 IQ.
Oh boy, okay. So I need to load this save. And I need to save before we get to that screen. Oh man. Okay, and just to show. So if you go down to this screen here. Actually, maybe this is how you're supposed to do this. Okay. Now that I think about it, this is how I did this in the speed run. So you need to click once here, and then not that.
Zap, you're dead.
Oh god. Oh my god. This might not actually be doable.
Zap, zap, you're dead.
This might not actually be doable. Because my CPU is too fast. The sequel police are showing up like immediately. Okay, what if I turn up the speed to full? Okay. Alright, we're good if I turn up the speed. Alright, then we go over here. We get one of them down there like that. We go here. Oh, fuck.
Zap,
okay.
Zap, you're dead.
So yes, we can do it if you turn up the game speed. Okay. Alright, now this is doable. This is literally the only way I can solve this sequence is to do this. Which is just so stupid. Yep. Good old Sierra. So you need to do this, go around, and then get shot right at... Okay,
well,
cool.
Maybe.
Right at the screen transition. Okay. So the general idea for how you're intended to do this section You're supposed to get the sequel police to... Okay, now we can turn this back to here to make this manageable. Okay, to chase you. To follow you all the way around that part there. Which is why you have to do things in a very specific sequence. And then once I get here, I need to save here just in case it crashes again. Okay, please don't crash. Okay, good. And then we take their car. Okay, so here's another one of these where you need to write down the code on this, because this is the only time in the whole game where they will show you this. And I believe it's also different each time you see it. In the speed run, you don't have to worry about noting this code because the speed run does not require you to come back here. At least any percent. Okay. All right. Null code written down. So... all right. Let's see. So from the hint book, and the Wadagum here, we got the code to Ulen's Flats, which is the area from Space Quest 1 that I described earlier. That one, this one, this one, that one, and probably this one.
The powerful Quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
All right. So it sends you back to actual, literal Space Quest 1.
Memories race through your mind. You know you've seen this place in your distant past. The low-resolution features look exactly like a place you once visited called Ulen's Flats.
Okay.
It has the dry, itchy, uncomfortable smell of sand up your nose. Don't lick it. Who knows where it's been last? Looks like ordinary sand to me, Roger. It's a Walmart force field generation unit. This closely resembles the left side of Droids Be Us. You...
Oh, Droids BS closed.
For all of your droid-related needs, see us when we're open. The sign indicates that this establishment is not open for business.
All right. What about Tiny Zoo Shiplot? Okay, this is where our ship that we purchased with actual money. Oh.
You've obviously found the location of Tiny's used spaceships. Lucky you! This building is quite small. Maybe this is why it's called Tiny's. This must be the Yugo of spaceships. You wonder why anyone would bother to lock it. At the bottom of this excavation is a small craft almost totally buried in dirt. You remember barely making it back out when the engine died.
Sure. I don't remember buying that, but all right.
This long-legged beauty stands silently, waiting for its jet-faced owner to return. It looks like it came from the planet of the warts. This ship must be the Plantar's deluxe model, with authentic mosaic upholstery. As you check out the sand bikes, you wonder what kind of cheeseball would own one. This must be the entrance to this building. The sign suggests that this place might be a bar.
Okay. Wonder if the writing on the back half of the bar is still there. Yep.
You don't know what it says, but you're sure it's not flattering.
Okay, there's no pile of ash here.
The old bar is still here. The smell of Coronian ale stinks up the place. The aroma leads you to remember vividly your previous visit here. You break out in a cold sweat.
Okay, there's no slot machine anymore.
You see a book of matches on the bar countertop.
Okay.
Some rather drab-looking individuals are hogging the bar. This guy's too ugly to describe. You see two guys singing. You see a man behind the bar serving drinks. You see the bar's floor. Your attempt to get the matches failed.
Well, looky here. If it ain't Mr. Look at Me, I'm in VGA. What's the matter? Monochrome not good enough for you? What's this? 256 colors all for one little bitmap wimp? What a waste of VGA. Hey fellas, I bet I can toss them all the way out from the bottom of the stairs. Bitch and ale.
Okay. All right, so we can't get the box of matches until we deal with those guys. Okay.
Boy, that was close. Hey, how come their bikes can go through the force field?
The same way his skimmer got through the force field. Magic.
You hear a high-pitched whine from the east. Boy, that was close. You pick up the book of matches.
Hey, aren't Aren't you the guy who broke my slot machine? You owe me some money.
Well, I gotta run. My hog pod's double parked. Hey, it's been swell talking to you.
That's quite the portrait this guy has.
You talk to yourself. You don't want to get into that mess again.
Okay, that also explains why the slot machine isn't there anymore. Yep. That's some Atari 2600 stuff there. Okay, let's see what the death looks like when you get hit by a bike.
You hear a high-pitched whine from the east. Nice reflexes. Life is pounded loose from your body by the impact of the sand bike. Now this is a pain that'll linger. All the Bengay in Florida won't relieve this stiffness.
All right. Underwhelming.
You hear a high-pitched whine from the east. Boy, that was close.
Okay. We got the box of matches. What did that get for us?
A book of matches. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay. All right. So that wraps up Eland's Flats. That's actually all you could do there. So we kind of only have two options here. One is to go back to the mall where we were before. There's not much we can do there. The other option is at the very nearly the beginning of the game, when we first got in the time pod, there was a code on the screen for the hangar in the base. And if you did not write that down, then you might as well be soft locked, because that is the only place in the entire game that code is there. It is randomized every time you start a new game, so you can't just write it down from a previous playthrough of the game. And you need it in order to get there. So hopefully I wrote down the right code. That and this.
Keep your hands. The powerful quad quark drives Rev to life. Time and space bend under the fibrillations of the time-rip transfluxers. Your adrenaline and stomach reel with the hyperbolic hyperbole. And finally...
Okay, good. That was the right code. So this is not the last time I'll be using the time thing, and there's a few more Easter eggs with putting in random codes. So I want to see if I can get the other ones later. Okay. So when we were here last, on the screen to the right, there was a sequel policeman who would just shoot you every single time you came onto the screen. But now there's nobody here. So as far as like the any percent, the quickest speed run that you can do for this, if there was a way to get around that guy shooting you every single time, then you could beat this game in like 3 minutes. Hatch. Okay.
Your innate sense of curiosity makes you wish you knew the way to open this thing. That's not a very clean habit.
Okay. And also this thing, I pointed this out. If you didn't get the jar and then use the jar to scoop up the acid goo in the sewers at the very beginning of the game, here is where you would be soft locked, because the only way to get through this thing is this.
Well, there's not much left of the lock now.
And once you go up the ladder in the sewers, I don't think there's a way to get back down there again. so if you don't get that at the beginning of the game, which I think we got that at the 30-minute mark. So I know exactly how to play through most of this game. Like I have most of this game memorized. And I got here in about, let's just say 2 hours. So from the point where you could become soft locked to the point where you're actually soft locked is 2 hours, it looks like. And for most other players, it would probably be a little bit longer than that. So that's super fucked up. That you could make a mistake that early in the game and then not know you made a mistake until multiple hours later is certainly some great game design. Oh boy. Yeah, replay value, exactly. All right, we'll place that. Yeah, like I was trying to think earlier what other Sierra games had a longer time between mistake and softlock. Might be the worst one. Yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things about Codename Iceman. So I'm trying to, I want to go into that one as blind as I can be. Oh, Gold Rush? Okay.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pentload.
Yeah, I think that's something that I want to do sometime, is just play through all the Sierra adventures. And then I would have to do Gold Rush and Codename Iceman. Codename Iceman's got MT32 support. And Infamous Moment. Oh, nice. I don't know what that is, so I'll be extra blind for that part then. Okay, so walking into this ring here killed us immediately. So this is why we need the cigar and we need the matches. So the entire reason for why we went to Space Quest 1 was to get these matches. To light this,
you slide the conveniently pre-moistened stogie between your lips, apply a lit match, and proceed to nearly hack up a lung.
Okay.
You cast the old stogie to the ground.
So now we can see that there are lasers here. So that's the entire reason for getting the matches and the cigar. In the speedrun, you don't need either of those things. So the any % speedrun does not go to Space Quest 1. Because you can actually do this without revealing the lasers. Because the code is the same every single time. I don't remember what the code is, so this is how you're supposed to do this. Okay, like 100. Enter. So that turned that 100 degrees. Let's try 20. I didn't do anything. 050? Okay. So that one, the bottom one needs to go a little bit more. This one, let's say 20. No. 40? Nope. Okay. 10. 20? 20. Okay, so it looks like the minimum you can go is 20. Okay. Okay, there we go. That wasn't so bad. Okay, so those should in theory, be lined up now. Yep, okay. All right, and then the real fun continues. All right, so we got a maze here.
Slot A. Insert terminal plug here.
Okay, so this terminal plug... So we got 5 connectors in the center. And it's got this like that. Jets out to the side. This is basically shaped like Super Meat Boy. So that thing right there, that's what the plug looks like. Because we need the connector for our portable terminal to hook up to that.
You hear an electronic hum approaching from your left.
Oh god. Okay. Hopefully I can leave in time. Okay. So this Space Quest 4 is filled with all sorts of like patrolling enemies that you have to avoid, and this area is no different. There is a way to kind of solve that and get around that, but we need to take another little side trip here before we can do that. And the design for that connector is also randomly generated. Yeah, I remember I remember seeing an article about some of the most egregious like soft locks and bad adventure game design, and there was like a top 10 list or something. And I don't remember seeing Gold Rush on that list, but Project Iceman certainly was. Or Codename Iceman. And it also gave away one of the soft locks, which, oh man, it looks real bad. Okay, I'm gonna try and get one of the Easter egg.
The powerful quad time, and finally, nothing.
Okay.
The power time and nothing.
It might be a specific code that you have to put in. But I seem to recall it was just after a few failed attempts, it sends you to one of the Easter egg ones.
The power time and nothing.
Come on, music, please.
The time and nothing.
Dang. Okay. Actually, it might actually be the 6 question marks, which I already used up on the canyon area of Latex Bays of Estros. So I think we might have missed our opportunity. Oh well. The other places it can go is the lava area from Space Quest 3. And then I think it can also go to Castle Daventry from King's Quest 1 are the 2 Easter egg areas.
The power time
okay.
and
This should go. Yep. Okay. All right, back to the mall. Okay. So there shouldn't be sequel police here. But you never know. And the game might crash again when I have to re-enter the arcade, so... hopefully it doesn't. So I should have over 2,000. Yeah, 2006. So we need 1,999 Buckazoids to get that connector. And we didn't know which connector we needed until going to the future and getting through that door. And seeing what the physical slot looked like. Because otherwise you can't just guess. Actually, now that I think about it, you might actually be able to exchange it for a different one. But it would still require you to go back here anyways to do that, so... no reason to do that. Alright. Hurts so good. Catalog. Gadgets. So it was the fourth one.
Nope. CD.
No, fifth one.
Pocket Pop.
Okay, Pocket Pop connector. 1999 Buckazoids. Order. Great patience. Insert each and every one of the 1999 Buckazoids into the Sealsbot's coin receptor. Okay, and then here... so the one we are looking for looks like this. Which is the center one on the left. That one. Okay. Alright, let's make sure we got it. Yep, there it is.
A Pocket Pal adapter plug. You attach the plug to the Pocket Pal.
Okay.
You plug the mobile power cylinder into the laptop.
Alright, so that's why we got the battery at the very start for our pocket terminal. Another thing that you actually technically don't need, because in the speed run you just use the power of cheesing screen transitions to get past that part. But there was a very specific timing and place to do that, and I knew how to do that 6 years ago. I do not anymore. Alright, please don't crash on me. Okay. I think we might have enough to play Astro Chicken. 7, yeah. Alright, let's play Astro Chicken. Alright, Ms. Astro Chicken by Scumsoft. How you play this, I don't know. Got him. Got him. This is the exact same music as Astro Chicken from Space Quest 3. Alright, we're out of eggs. Media Vision. Oh. So I don't think you actually get anything here for doing good at this. Alright. Game over. Sure. It's just kind of a thing they put into the game. Okay, so now that we did that, back to Space Quest 12. This one. That one. This one, that one, that one. Okay. So now we have pretty much everything we need to beat the game. Okay. So I believe the pocket terminal will show us a map of the area. Make getting through it less awful. Okay. Ooh, I also remember having to wait like right here until my timer got to a certain spot during the speed run. Because like the timing for dodging the enemies here was tight enough that... Okay.
Don't mess with it. You can't do that. Don't mess with it. You hear an electronic hum approaching from behind you.
Yep. So that's the thing following us. So I think there's only one of those.
You hear an electronic hum approaching from behind you.
Yeah, it's from behind me, I know. Okay, it looks like there's two. So we want to get to this room right here.
Take a good look, Roger. Remember this poor wretched soul, for he is your son.
Oh.
You hear an electronic hum approaching from your right. It...
Okay. Oh, geez. Well.
Now you knew he was coming, didn't you?
I did. So you could make a very complicated
you hear an electronic hum approaching from ahead of you.
Complicated set of maneuvers to get around all these, or we could just solve this the speedrun way. Okay. So what I did was I counted to 10 right at the screen transition. Because I think I recall that's how long it was. And I went through the screen transition exactly when the robot did too. And we both just kind of passed each other in the night. Oh.
You see a small keypad.
Shit.
Now you knew he was coming, didn't you?
Yeah, they love their keypad. Oh, great, I get to do this again. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. Oh, shit. I was a little too late.
He was coming, didn't you?
See, that's how tight the timing is, though. That was like right after 10. Okay, got it that time. His timing seems a little bit more lenient than what I remember. So this code for the door, though. Code for the door.
Keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hand.
I think I have to look in the hint book for that, maybe. Because I don't recall coming across anything. That mentioned that.
An SQ.
One-armed man. 2 guys at the bar. Stupid time pod. Venusian holomat. Large slimy creature. Suborbital Surrey. Strange room inside the supercomputer. Scary eyeball-looking things stare at me. Biomechanical bones liven up the area nicely. How do I get the door open? Okay, there we go. Use the Ovaltine, Roger. The Jaws of Life would be most helpful. Yeah, probably. Since neither of these items are in the game, try this code 54321. Probably not that either. Since that one didn't work, try this. Oh my god. All right, it is 69. Nice. 65. 8476. 69. Nice. Help a fallen, can't get up. Call your family and the hospital right away, Mrs. Fletcher. Another game, Ampule, Mega Alcohol 256. What now? Game freezes up. What am I doing wrong? Okay, this I want to know because that happened. Your computer room is too cold. Make sure your thermostat is set above 32 degrees. Well, it is. Okay, it is not 32 degrees in here. Is there a fix available? Oops, you tried something we didn't think of. Quest for Glory did that a lot. Oops, you asked something we didn't think of. 5 1/4 inch drive. Game comes on a 3.5 inch disc. How can I get a bigger disc? So far, no good methods. Don't fall for ads depicting miracle methods such as pumps, hormone pills, or injections. Your best bet is to tell yourself it's not the size that counts. Oh, wait, did you say disc? Nice. Great. Okay, that's it for the hint book. There's this big wall of text for something. I ain't reading all that. Okay. 69. Nice. Oh, shit. All right. Well, that didn't work.
Now you knew he was coming, didn't you?
I assume the dashes meant enter. All right. 69, 65, 84, 76, 69. Nice. Okay. And that code is the same every single time, because I remember that being a thing.
The chamber's interior is filled with hoses, tubes, and wires, and one computer terminal. It smells like something that wasn't designed for noses. It doesn't smell. It needs salt. You can't do that.
Okay.
Probably represents some tertiary function of the supercomputer brain. Certainly nothing important. You've seen this mystic rune somewhere else. Yeah, this looks like toilet material. Looks rather like a security droid of some sort. This is your brain. Had this been a real brain, you would have known how to use it. The Andromedan symbol for life. You don't need to look at that. It's very pleasant looking. The exit bar. Don't mess with it.
All right. Space Quest 4 into the toilet. Nice. Great. Fantastic. All right. Oh, good. I put in that code again. 69. Nice. Nice. Okay. All right. King's Quest, whatever that number is, into the toilet. Thanks from Berta. All right, Lucille 4 into the toilet. Okay. Security droids into the toilet. Pleasant sounds. Okay. And then... All right, formatting sequence. All right, so because we flushed away the patrol robots, those are... Oh.
Take a good look, Roger. Remember this poor wretched soul, for he is your son.
It would...
Okay, so we need to get to that thing at the top.
Keep your head...
So stairs down to the elevator, go to the elevator up to the top, and then just up into there. Okay. All right, let's do it. I'm not sure how the game intends for you to actually like dodge the robots. To to get to that computer room. Because it's not like there's a whole bunch of other areas to miss them. So, I don't know. I like my method, though. My method's pretty good. And I think I might be the person who figured that out, too. Because I think I did that before the task came out. Not sure about that, though. It might have been around the same time. Alright. Here with plenty of time to spare.
Hello again, Roger. It's me, your old friend, Sludge Volhall. I've taken the liberty of borrowing your son's body. I had to remove him first to make room for my mental self. His is on this disc. Say, it's most enjoyable to be in a young, healthy body, even if it's from your bloodline. In fact, I like it so much, I think I'll keep it. I guess we'll have no use for this anymore. Now it's time to settle things, once and for all. You'd better be careful, though. Keep this in mind. If I die while in this body, that disc will be useless. Your son will never draw another breath. And if you don't defend yourself, you will never live to buff another helmet. Come on, show me what you've got, mop jockey.
Alright, final boss. Let's go.
You were nearly thrown off the edge of the platform. Be more careful.
We're glad you could play Space Quest 4. As usual, you've been a real pantload.
Hey, Skull. I need the good luck. I'm a pant load as usual. And this part is mostly just spam click. I think.
Is that the best effort you can muster? All this space hero nonsense must be getting to you. You're getting old, Roger. I, on the other hand, am enjoying the physical joys of youth.
Okay. All right, so we got a floppy disk.
The label on the diskette reads, Roger Jr., Brain Tools, Stunt Flyer.
Okay. Beam download. Beam already contains program. Disk down, disk write protected. Disk upload. Beam upload. Beam download.
Follow me. There are many things we need to talk about.
Okay, sure.
Is it true?
You must be very confused.
Were Vohal's words true? Are you really my son? You do look a little like me, though not as good looking.
What do you mean, not as good looking? I'm 10 times... Wait. What am I saying? This is no way to start. Yes, what Vohal said is true. I have many things to tell you, Dad. I should start at the beginning. I was born 19 years ago on Xenon. It's always been my home. The Xenon of today, at least up until recently, had made great strides in managing our planet's resources. That included water, minerals, even the talent of our population. We enjoyed peace for so many years, we took it for granted. The creation of the first super biomech computer was the biggest success story in our history. When the Vohal virus was introduced and began to control the computer, a state of total chaos was created. We were unprepared for what followed as Vohal turned our technology against us. The population was quickly decimated. Some of us stayed and tried to fight, some were captured, and some fled the planet. When it seemed there was no hope, we thought of one last, long-shot effort. That was to find the only person in history ever to defeat Vohal. We had to go back in time to find that person, you. We got there just in time.
You had to go back in time to get me? Why wasn't I available in this time? What happened to me? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. There are some things I wish I could tell you, but can't. I know that's not what you want to hear. Believe me, I just can't.
Hey, if you're my son, who's your mother? My wife? Where is she? Who is she?
You sure ask a lot of questions for a janitor. This is my mother and your wife. Her name was Beatrice Wankmeister. She was quite beautiful, wasn't she?
What do you mean, was quite beautiful? What are you saying?
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Please, I can't tell you anymore.
I don't believe all this. I'm so confused.
It doesn't matter now. I have to send you back where I found you so that history will properly reflect the events which brought us to this place in time. You won't remember much. This will seem like it was a weird, fuzzy dream. I must get back to the task of contacting all the surviving citizens of our planet. We have a huge task ahead of us. Rebuilding our city and our lives will not be easy, but we will do it. Once more, I have to ask you to enter the time rip. It will return you to Magmetheus in the Space Quest 4 era. Please, go now. It's time. Dad? I'm glad I got to see you, even if only for a few minutes. Xenon owes you a lot. Goodbye, Dad.
So many unanswered questions. The future should prove most interesting for Roger, if he can stay out of trouble long enough to reach it. We're glad you could help Roger get through it all. Thank you for playing Space Quest 4.
All right. Did it. a lot more programmers and artists on this one. And an actual QA department. Incredible. Gary Owens, the narrator. Oh, Jane Jensen was the shopkeeper. All right. Yep. With Gary Owens. Alright. Then it loops around. Alright. Space Quest 4. Version 1.0. Which is weird because this is the patched version that has Hurt So Good in it and not the other one. Okay. There's only 2 QA people listed in this. There was 4 in the end credits. Special thanks to Neil and Bob for getting me up when I was down. Alright. Sure. Oh shit. They were killed by Ken. Oh no. It's just, this doesn't play the voices here. Alright, hold on. Gotta hear the voices for that part.
See ya on the Chrono Stream, time jockey.
Alright, perfect. Alright. Sequel police are watching. So there you go. So that message makes a little bit more sense now than it probably did earlier. Okay. Lock that in. All right. Space Quest 4 completed. Yes. Cheated. You can make the argument that I cheated on the part where you're supposed to evade the robots in the maze, because you are most definitely not intended to enter the screen transition on the same few frames that the robot does too, but I think it's fine. Somebody could conceivably do that in their blind playthrough. Yeah, that's just some top tier gaming right there. Exactly. Okay. Things I liked. Much better looking than the earlier games. New cursor-based system added a lot more descriptions to the game. So, the old games, you could really only do look around and look at a few major objects to get descriptions of what each screen was, and because things were usually so resolution, it was really hard to tell what a lot of things were. This, in addition to having the really high detail graphics, you also can use the eye symbol on something to see what it looks like, or use the hand symbol to see what it touches it feels like. And then this game, for whatever reason, they put in the lick and smell options, which you never really have to use for a gameplay purpose. They're just there, and that added a lot of neat interactions to it. I would say that some parts of this were genuinely funny. Like this game, probably the funniest of the Sierra Adventure games that I can think of. I have played a lot of them. I've not played all of them, but this one in particular, it feels like the writing is so good. Genuinely funny moments, and a lot of that has to also do with the voice actor, or the narrator and the delivery of the narrator. That this is probably the best in terms of writing and comedy. Let's see. Voice acting really added a lot to it, especially the narrator. Let's see. What else would I have really liked about this? That's probably it for the stuff that I really liked. Things I did not like. Multiple spots where you could be soft locked. Quite a few areas that you needed really fast reflexes or knowledge of what to do ahead of time. So as far as the soft locks go, we got not getting the jar and then not getting the slime at the damn near the beginning of the game. If you don't get those, then you can't beat the game. You just straight up can't. And you can't go back and get those without just restarting the game from the top. Let's see here. You don't need the terminal, because all the terminal did was show you the map of that maze at the end and then show you the positions of the robots on patrol, which, like, I didn't need that for this playthrough because I cheesed it. I did the thing with the load zone. You don't need the matches or the cigar because all those do are show you the beams. And if you know the exact numbers to type in ahead of time, you don't need to see the beams and you could just go right on through. So I guess it's nice that those technically count as alternate solutions for solving the puzzles. It's not something that a blind playthrough would really come across, though, is kind of the problem. So I'd call that I'd chalk those up to negatives, I'd say. Let's see. Oh, the other soft locks would be the not writing down the codes on the time machine. So if you don't write down the code from the first time that you get into the time machine to tell you how to get back to that hangar, it's over. Like, you can even progress pretty far. You can get all the way through to the end of the mall section, kind of, is kind of where in a normal playthrough where you'd kind of run into the brick wall because you have no way to get back to that other area. It's gone from the screen once you type in an additional character to escape the area. So that's another one. So those are two big soft locks right there at the beginning. Let's see, and then the fast reflexes thing. This is like half playing on a machine that is faster than they were expecting when they made it, and then half just kind of, why did you program it like that in the first place? And luckily there's ways to get around it, like the skaterama part. If you turn up the walk speed fast enough, you can still do it. Same at the beginning of the game. I think if you turn up the walk speed, you could probably much easier get past those sections where you have to be almost frame perfect in how you do your inputs. So that part was kind of a bummer, and Space Quest 4 is really unique for situations like that. It's like Space Quest 4 and Quest for Glory 3 have some parts where that happens. But it, for the most part, doesn't happen in King's Quest V, which shares the same engine as this. And as far as the other games, I'm not sure because I haven't played the other ones. So those are bummers. Let's see. So, okay, this one took about 3 hours to do, which is roughly the same amount of time as 1 and 2 did. Maybe like a little bit more, like 20% more. It felt like this game was shorter than 1, 2, and 3. And like, I know we have hard numbers to show exactly how long I did these in, but something about this just made it feel like there was less to do in this. And I think a reason why I have this feeling is because they switched over to the cursor-based controls for things, where I'm spending less time like actively typing or interacting with the game and spending more time just sitting there listening to the narrator for a lot of it. And it kind of changes the flow of the game compared to the first 3 games. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not even sure I would call this a negative, but it's just the completely different feel of a cursor-based game versus a parser-based game like in the first 3 was just a notable difference to me, I guess. Let's see. And I think that's about it for things that stuck out to me that I didn't like. Dank memes, pretty much this whole game. Pretty much the whole game. D&B didn't have any. Ailamaus, of course. Space Quest. All right, difficulty easy to hard. So, from the perspective of a blind playthrough, I don't think I could give this anything other than that. When you have multiple soft locks in your game or dead man walking situations that can happen 15-20 minutes into the game, and then you won't know you're soft locked until multiple hours after that point, is just so fucked up that is the thing that can happen that automatically puts it into that. As far as the puzzle design goes, it felt like a good 25% of the puzzles for this game were like entering numbers into keypads, or typing things into keypads, which I don't know. I don't really like that approach for adventure games. I mostly want it to be ideally like dialogue puzzles or item combining or using items on things. Having things where you're finding a number to type in and then typing in that number somewhere else just feels like really low effort puzzle to me. Because it's like barely a puzzle. It's just kind of a scavenger hunt at that point, and doesn't really require thinking. Like, sure, it might require another puzzle to get to that number, and then another puzzle to get to where you type in that number. But going from point A to point B is it isn't great. A recent point and click that tries to be like that. I know there are actual games in this style that are currently in development or have been released recently. I followed a few people on Twitter in the past like month or two that are developing games. It's either in the same engine as this, or it's in the same engine as like Space Quest 3 and Quest for Glory, that type of style. I don't know if they intentionally made it bad for the puzzle design, but there actually are new games out recently that look and sound and play like Space Quest 3 or Quest for Glory 1 or 2 or King's Quest 4, like that. Because it's relatively low impact on art for it. You don't have to make it super realistic. You can do it in pixel. The game logic doesn't have to be super crazy or anything, and the music can be just tracker 8-bit stuff with no voice acting. So I'm not saying they're easy to make, but they're certainly easier in a lot of ways than something with like a 3D engine. So those are neat projects to do as like a solo developer or a small team. And I know that there's adventure game jams that happen once or twice a year. I think there was one actually like a week or so ago, where people make like 5-minute long proof of concept for adventure games, and it wouldn't surprise me if somebody made something like that in one of those game jams. But yeah, I think that sums up pretty well about how I feel about this one. Okay, and then overall rating. So I have a huge soft spot in my dark heart for Space Quest 4. This was my first Space Quest game. This was actually, I think, my first Quest game. Because I told the story at the beginning of the stream about how the way that I got my copy of Space Quest 4 was at the grocery store. They had these packs of software CDs. It was called the 10-foot mega pack or something, that had like 8 CDs on it, or 12 or whatever. Of like, it was mostly shovelware. Like, here's a thing full of shareware. Here's an Encarta encyclopedia. Here's a bunch of clip art, and then here's Space Quest 4 on CD as one of the things. So that's how I got it and how I played it. So I had no previous experience with the Space Quest games or Sierra games in general prior to that. And I'm pretty sure when I got Space Quest 4 back then, I didn't even make it past the sewers, I don't think. And then I think that was actually one of the first times that I bought a hint book for a game. But it wasn't the official Sierra hint book. It was the hint book for the full series, for 1 through... I think it was 1 through 5, because 6 wasn't out back then when I got it. And I played through this one by using the following along the hint book. Was how I beat it the first time. So I guess technically I've never done a blind playthrough of Space Quest 4. I immediately spoiled myself when I first got the game. But in hindsight, I don't blame 1994 Puri for doing that, because man, this game's got some bullshit in it. But that said, I do love the art style for it. I love the writing for it. I think the narration is just great. One of the greatest narrations that I've heard in games. Let's see. The music when it was there was okay, I guess. This was using the Roland MT32. I could have used General MIDI, but I think MT32 is probably the way to go with this. Again, it felt a little short for what you get. And thinking like 3 hours. That's even a little shorter than I was averaging for a lot of the King's Quest games as well. So I don't know. I guess like another plus in this game's favor is it didn't feel like they had a bunch of sections to artificially stretch out the game, which is refreshing, because it felt like Space Quest 1 and 2 had sections where it did that, not so much 3. So I guess that points in the favor, is that they do the player a solid and make everything actually meaningful in this. But again, when your adventure game has a large number of its puzzles being entering numbers into a keypad, that's generally not a great thing. So if I take my rose-tinted sunglasses off and actually look at how this game is, I'd be inclined to give this a 3, but that just feels wrong. This game's better than a 3. It deserves a 3, but I'm gonna give it a 4. Because that's the reviewer's tilt here. We're tilting it up here to that. Yeah, Gary Owens just he made Space Quest 4 what it is. The rest of the elements of the game did their best to try and make it worse, but then Gary Owens was there to actually make it great. Yeah, Space Quest 4 out of 5. So there we go. Space Quest 4, Roger Wilco and the Time Rippers done in one sitting. A bit under 3 hours, 29 deaths, 43 saves. Most of the 29 deaths were on purpose, by the way, to show the deaths in this. And 4 out of 5. There we go. All right, commit that. Okay, so I'm not doing Space Quest 5 tonight because I have class in about 6 hours and I need to get some sleep. I'm actually not done with my homework for it yet either, so I gotta do that before I go to bed tonight. But I will say that Space Quest 5 is in some ways a step back from Space Quest 4. It is really weird. Like, I don't know of how many games have done this throughout gaming, where like one part 4 of a series is like super high tech, everything's bleeding edge, and then for the sequel to it, they go back to like older technology, because that's kind of what they did for this one. You'll notice that this is on a floppy disk this time. And that's because Space Quest 5 doesn't have voice acting in it at all. There's no versions of this game that contain voice acting. It's all back to text again. So it's a little weird. And there's I really like this clip art. This is this is like straight out of PowerPoint clip art text on here. That's great. I never noticed that. All right. Interesting. There's only one of the two guys from Andromeda here. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a funding thing. I don't know. Anyways, we will get to that one next time I stream, though. Though that said, even though this one is a step back from 4 in production values and all that, there is a lot more game to this one. And in a lot of ways, it is a much better game than 4 is. So I guess that's kind of the trade-off there. But we will see when I stream that one next. But that'll do it for tonight. Hope you all have a great day, night, morning, or evening, wherever you are. And I will see you next time. Take care.